Hey guys and girls, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting for Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stats for losers.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is.
You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin It Out podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Airing It Out podcast. I am Dustin Marion, your host, as always. Today, my guest is Hollow Clutch, back in the building. What's going on, Hollow?
What's up, Dustin? What's shaking, my guy?
Nothing,
Been
bro.
a long time. No time I don't speak.
Yeah, I know. I still got one of our episodes in processing. Like I said, my mom.
That was a juicy one.
Oh, it was, dude, let me tell you something. It was fantastic. I cannot wait till it drops. And when it does drop, it's going to be fire, and we're going to get it out to everybody. This dad COVID life, bro, is a lot. I don't really know, man. I didn't really expect to go from, one position where, I was like the breadwinner, and then all this shit happened, and now I'm the housewife. This is a trip, bro. And then having to manage all these little kids, and every 5 minutes I'm trying to do something. And I was gonna like keep it in and shit because that seems to be like the new meme, the kids crashing the Zoom meetings or coming up. Like I heard you the other day. You was on your stream and your daughter was in the background. I think it's adorable and it does add a level of interest. But at the same token, I'm like, listen, man, this is like a millionaire I'm talking to right now. I can't be having no little kid in the background screaming. So
basically,
it's been a challenge for me. But let's not dwell too much on my woes. Let's start beating some people up, and we'll start right out the gate because we just dropped our picks. I really can't believe this, dude. Not one pick for Russell Wilson. I don't know if what the DBs and the safeties started to hate about him when they first were there, like if that momentum kept building and somehow got to the reporters, because Russell Wilson hasn't done anything bad. He's married to she's super hot, but he's married to like a decent chick. He has a kid. All he does is spend his off time in hospitals, shaking kids' hands,
hospitals, yeah.
fucking signing balls. And this guy just no love. And he's got
I think that would have in the beginning, because remember I think he's half black, half white, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 100% black.
Full black?
I had to look this shit up. He's 100% black. They just think that.
So I just think.
Go ahead.
I think because he comes from a well-raised background.
Educated, yes.
Like he's educated. So those guys who on the defensive end, they weren't. They had to fight and scratch and claw for everything that they got. So I think they were just mad that the way he just came in as a rookie. Remember, they just signed for Matt Flynn.
Yeah, remember that shit? Big contract.
And he took the spot. And I just think they felt like he was just like this short guy, because he's not a big guy. He's stocky, but he's not a tall guy. He's like 5'11", almost 6 feet. Like he's not that tall. And I think they just saw like, all right, we're the ones who running the team. We're winning these these games by defense only. But that was because Pete Carroll had, his offense is shit.
Right.
It was run the ball, touchdown, field goal. We get a pick six, we win the game.
Right.
And you know how people get, but that's the media's fault.
Right.
The media's fault.
That's who was in charge of this shit.
Yeah. Russell Wilson is the reason why, Seahawks are winning. And that's going to trickle down to the locker room. It's going to trickle down to these guys who are prideful and they care what's going on the outside. And I just felt resentful towards him. And then, he made a mistake, but that was just Bill Belichick literally practiced to play in
it was Bill Belichick.
In practice.
It was Bill Belichick, bro.
He knew he was gonna do it.
It might be one of the greatest. It might be one of the greatest coaching displays in my life that I've ever seen.
Yep.
That scene.
Yep. And
he didn't even call a timeout, by the way.
The best. Yep. The best and worst.
Right. He should have fucking. I don't even know what happened there.
I know it's beating a dead horse, but how don't you give the ball to beast mode? He just ran 15 yards I think 2 players prior to that to get you where you were on the field.
You could have did something even more thing. I call it the Jason. We're gonna start calling it the fucking Jason because nobody knows about our history back in the Dizzy. But bro, I watch some of these guys now play, and I'm like, yo, is that Hollow playing Madden? Because why wouldn't you have Russell run it in? Like you had multiple options. Yep. A pick screen wide receiver pass was not the play, bro.
Yep. Or even beast mode on the play. If you watch the play, beast mode goes into the flat and he's wide open going into the end zone.
Yep, because he motioned them out.
If he leads them to the passer, he can hit him. Yep. And they're wide open.
And beast, you know what's so funny? Beast mode, a lot of people don't talk about it. He has really good hands. I think that's what made him a dynamic running back.
And this was the thing that I hate when people were trying to bring up, because you know how like that's what's wrong with sports is like everything's analytic driven.
Yeah.
So they were like saying he was 1 for 5 on 1 yard to get first down, some shit like that.
So they basically
like 4th down.
So basically they looked at it analytically and they said that there was no chance of him scoring.
Correct. So that's what people were trying to make that argument for it. But like you got to feel the flow of the game and how this guy's running and how the momentum. You're up 14 points in the 4th quarter. Tom Brady's coming back. Now you're down. You're down 4 points.
Not only that, we can go back a little bit more to stay on that same vein. Russell Wilson just completes a hell of a pass. It was almost like Eli Manning, David Tyreek-ish to the right side. Where
yep.
Yeah. I forget what the wide receiver was, but he bobbles and gets it.
Baldwin.
Yeah, to Baldwin.
Doug Baldwin, I think
it was to Doug Baldwin.
Yep.
You're talking to me that deflates your whole team. The defense is deflated.
Yep.
So I got 3 downs.
He fell and it went.
Yeah. Yep. Like the most circus catch thing again against Brady, because Brady, he just has like crazy Super Bowls. He goes against and plays Nick Foles, and Nick Foles catches touchdowns in the end zone and shit. But yeah, they should have ran it up the gut. But that's revisionist history.
But I think as a hate, like you're hating on Russell Wilson, like we said, like the fact that he's never gotten 1 MVP vote, period, not even 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place. And like, to me, like even last season, I know Lamar broke all those records, but to me, last season, I think Russell Wilson was the MVP. He scored 97% of the team's points, either by throwing it or running the ball. He had, I think, 2 or 3 players make the Pro Bowl. The Ravens had 15. Like, Lamar had way more of help than Russell does. And Russell has one of the worst offensive lines. And his defense is butt cheeks. So that's why I felt, because even MVP to this day gets lost. To me, the most valuable player that has their team in the best position to win the games. I think Russell Wilson last year was like 9-1 in 1 possession games.
Wow.
Like those are stats that you got to use. You got to use. Like, I get it. Lamar was on a fantastic historic pace. Storylines ran that MVP, but you got to look at players who are winning with less. And I think Russell last year was winning with less. And he's still doing it now. He's 5-0 with less.
Bro, the NFL is a really crazy place because they're like a little kid. They just like the shiny new toy. If you've been in the building and you've been consistent and you've been killing it over and over, I think another person that falls onto this, but for whatever reason, the media is in love with him. You can say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hasn't had anybody on his squad, but he's always in the MVP discussion because he's Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, I feel like we forget about the West from the NFC, but I have not seen Russell Wilson checks all the boxes, bro. He keeps you in every game. He makes it tight. I mean, that game against Minnesota, going for it on 4th and goal and scoring and winning the game, bro. Like, wow. Like, homeboy is just mic dropping. I agree. I think if you build a franchise and I had to pick, I'd take Russell Wilson. I would take Russell Wilson over Lamar Jackson. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, for sure.
Right? But a lot of people might argue be different. And I love Lamar. I can't wait for the day that Lamar Jackson and I have a conversation about X's and O's. But from what I've seen this year from Lamar, unless it's going good, it's what you said last week. Unless it's going good for Lamar kind of gets inside of his own head. He starts to second guess himself. He doesn't. What's up?
Can't play from behind. Can't play from behind.
They're not the same team. They're not the same team. And we've seen it when they got steamrolled by the Chiefs. It was like they were done. all that running bullshit is over. If you're up 40, the quarterback can't keep running into the house. You have to throw the ball. And I'm surprised. I haven't watched as much Raven games as I would like to this season. I've watched some, but I have to say that they're not really an exciting team in the sense unless Lamar Jackson's running the rock. But I think that they need to get Hollywood Brown more involved. Last year, he was killing it. I mean, and I think that they were airing it out a lot more. Lamar this year seems to, I'm not going to say regress, but the style of play has changed a little bit. It's a little bit more different.
But they got more tape.
Right.
The league has tape.
Right. You're not going to be doing those fucking spins on me, bro. I'm going to send now 9 guys. Yep. It's going to be a wrap.
Yep. And you got to beat me outside the numbers.
Yes.
I would double what I would do if I was any defense. I would place 7 in the box, 8 in the box, and I'm going to double the tight end.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews is unbelievable.
I'm not giving you anything in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 0 in the middle of the field.
You could tell too, if Andrews is not moving, the offense struggles.
Yep.
If he can get those,
if he has a touchdown, 2 touchdowns,
yeah,
they about to win the game by like
facts.
They blow out. They win by blow out.
Yeah,
but if not, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna bracket him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting nothing.
Yep.
And you have to throw outside. You got to throw over the top and outside. Beat me outside.
That's what it's like. It's got to be called the Belichick theory. I take away your best player, bro, and then I dare you to beat me with someone else. That's it, bro.
Yep.
And now bringing
that's
it back,
what I would do.
Bringing it back to Russell, it's super sad that my homeboy has done nothing but just kill it. Great on the field, great off the field. Seems to be an amazing dude. The whispers that I've heard from people that understand some of the stuff is that he's 2 different people. But at the end of the day, I mean, especially in this climate of, social unrest that we are in, I don't think Russell Wilson, could be like a gangster, right? Like in the sense of, like I heard Michael Vick say this once. Michael Vick, when he first came into the league, he said that Dan Reeves was really, really hard on him because he was like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm partying. I'm chilling. He's like, you can't do that. You're the quarterback. The quarterback is the guy. Yeah, you could party and stuff, but you got to keep that shit on the low. Like you're the face of the franchise. You're kind of like the CEO. You might have not been the founder, but every question is going to go through you. Every problem is going to go through you. Everything is going to go through you. So you got to be making sure that you're, in tip-top shape. And I think Russell Wilson has been one of those guys that has consistently been there and been focused. I'm telling you, I always do this to myself. I think I drafted him in his 2nd year in the league and he killed it for me in fantasy. And then the next year, I always like second guess myself. So I'm like, there's no way he does it year 3. I was wrong. The next fantasy season, I was like, oh, I'm not going to pick Russ. Russ has already been doing it for 3 hot years. Bro, again and again and again. I even thought about taking him this season. I'm like, I don't know who he's going to throw to. And they're 5-0, right? Like,
yep.
It's just like every season.
Well, that kid DK Metcalf has turned to top 5 wide receiver in the league.
I know he would be. I can't believe he fucking fell so long. Do you see that guy's midsection? That dude is yoked. He's kind of like like a TO version, but smaller.
Because they kept talking about he can't run routes. Like, if you are a physical beast and you overpower anybody, I'm pretty sure if you have some good coaches, they can teach you how to run some routes. And you put the effort and the time in.
100%. Bro, there's a video that I watch about Antonio Brown and all his highlights. And like these guys start laughing because they said that Antonio Brown could not run a route tree. Okay. And that was a scout saying that, right? And so that's what I'm saying. A lot of these scouts, they get it wrong. All I need is heart. If I have heart, I could teach you anything. I could teach you speed.
You got to teach them effort.
Yeah, you got no, I can't teach you effort. You have to have it. Either you have it or you don't.
Yep.
The other shit I could teach you. I had on a former Arizona running back, Dominique Grant, and he was talking to me about it. He's like, bro, you can't teach the intangibles. You could teach someone speed. You could teach someone, positioning. You could teach someone route running. You could teach all these things, but you can't teach heart. You can't teach that. And Metcalf,
the want.
Yeah, Metcalf is a beast. He looks serious. Like he looks angry and focused. And I mean, what's it's Tyler Moore, right? That's the other wide receiver.
We got David Moore and Tyler Lockett.
There you go. So Tyler Lockett has basically vanished all of a sudden since the DK Metcalf show hit Seattle.
He's always a big time. Tyler's a big time player. He makes big time plays and big time spots.
Bro, a couple of weeks ago, he scored 3 TDs in one game against Dallas. I didn't even know how that was possible. Was it against Dallas? I think it was. I was like, you guys are just ridiculous. Like, he was throwing.
And then, like, those games where you have 50, 60 yards, but they'll be the 3rd down and 12, and he'll get the first down catches.
He's basically their smaller Doug Baldwin now, because when they need a play, they're gonna go to Lockett.
Yep.
All
you know, DK wears a switching wide receiver.
Yeah, the pacifier as his mouth guard. I thought that was a bit much.
Babies out there. But you got because there's babies out there. That's why. But I like that.
So babies out there, why? So babies saying like the DBs are soft.
Yep, basically the little Russell Westbrook rocking the baby to sleep.
Damn,
rocking the baby to sleep. Now let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about Tom Brady.
Yeah, please.
For whatever reason it is. For whatever reason it is. This is my saying. Until the clock, it's 000, and the other team has more points than Tom Brady, I'm not going against Tom Brady. There's no other way to put it.
Yep, I agree 100%.
He's the only quarterback in NFL history who doesn't have a losing record against every franchise. He has a winning record against every single NFL team ever.
We talked about it earlier when you talked about Patrick Mahomes landing in a really good place. Tom Brady landed in a really great place. To have Bill Belichick, I think Robert Kraft might be one of the best owners in the league. And they've had a whole bunch of great GMs to scout guys for them. And it helped Brady. But Brady now is on a whole nother level. And I was talking to a friend of mine about this. Ever since, I feel like his graduation or his master's class or his PhD class was Randy Moss. The moment he realized, like, there's dudes out there that if I throw it to, it doesn't matter if they're covered, if they aren't covered.
Yep.
If they can get it, it'll be good. So you give him Randy, and then you give him freaking Gronk, and then you give him Aaron Hernandez. Like, fuck. He was just like, now I'm just going to start slinging this shit.
Yep.
And
that's one thing that has Bill Belichick has been a big hole in his coaching career. He can't develop and draft wide receivers. He has to get them from somewhere else.
Yes. Right. But I think it's hard, right?
N'Keal Harry looks like a bust.
Oh, no, he is a bust. That dude Bird is a bust. The tight end is a bust. Everybody and I'm calling him out right now because Cam Newton is an animal. He's playing an MVP season this year, even though he didn't play one game. What Cam is showing me, the fact that he can stay in the pocket, go through his progressions, go through his progressions, because he comes back to them and then thinks about running. I think that's probably what's been screwing them up a little bit, that he's been second guessing his running skills. Because I would be boogieing like a motherfucker. Because at least it designed the offense a little bit for him in the sense of running backs and offensive line. But yeah, I think it's hard though. I think it's hard, dude. Like, think about it. There's like only like 3 or 4 organizations that kill it with developing wide receivers. Everyone else has a problem with it. A lot of teams.
True.
The Jets can't do it. The Bills can't do it. The Patriots can't do it. And that's just in that fucking division, right? You go over to.
Go ahead. Also, I was thinking about this. Like, I want to mention this before. Like, if I was an NFL owner, right? If I was an NFL owner, there's only a cap on players. There's no cap on getting position coaches, coaches.
Right.
So what I would do, if I was going to hire somebody, I told my GM, but listen, we're going to look at all the teams. We're going to get the top 5 position coaches from all the teams, and we're going to try to get them.
I would
all-star stack my shit and pay them a lot of money and bring them in specifically and say, hey, listen, you do a fantastic job of being a linebacker coach. I'm going to pay you above what linebacker coaches make, but you're going to stay in this position for the foreseeable future. But I want you to understand, I'm going to compensate you for your time, so you don't think that you're going to be like, I'm stuck in this position. But I would pay them. So let's say position coaches get paid, I don't know.
I think it's like
$2 million a year. Whatever the case may be, I'll be like, yo, I'm going to pay you 5.
So basically you would have like 5 or not 5, because I forget how many position coaches there would be, but
I would have all
like head coaches. You'd have like a whole bunch of head coaches at every position almost.
Yep. And I would make sure, my head coach can delegate and have a good rapport where, he knows what he's doing. But I would have head coaches at every single position. So the head coach doesn't have to worry about a specific position.
Yeah,
so
no, that's a lot of work for the head coaches to be concerned with. No, I agree. I would hire anybody from the Steelers organization in that department. I would even, who's really good at finding wide receivers too? Your Giants. They develop receivers very, very good. That's one of the skill positions that they have for whatever reason down packed. I'd be taking dudes from that spot. I would be taking guys from the the Packers too, because the Packers, I think they do a very good job at developing wide receivers too. They have a huge wide receiver coach there. But yeah, no, Tom Brady, man, like it didn't take too much to develop this guy. But again, he came to an organization not only having a good owner and a good coach, but he had somebody to sit behind as well and kind of tutor him and show him the ropes. But Tom, I mean, it'd be crazy. This year, the Super Bowl is in Tampa. The chances of that happening are fucking low as shit. But it would be crazy if he to finish it all off. It's like, I went to Tampa, I won in Tampa, and I'm done. Be one more.
You think he walks out? You think he walks up into the sunset?
No, but the thing is, to me, if you look at if you put your real GM hat on, I think Tampa is not that strong. I think actually their defense is starting to catch fire right now, where the offense is looking a little slower. I mean, I like Godwin, but Evans is always hurt. Rob is always hurt. They lost OJ. I think they lost their other tight end. So now they're gonna have to start really looking for guys. I mean, they throw into their rookies from the wide receiver position. But Tom is not.
I think what Bruce Arians should do is like, hey, Tom, here's the offense. Go work with Byron Leftwich. I'm gonna go work with Todd Bowles, and just let it be. Let Tom run his offense.
Can you believe?
Let him throw the tight end.
Yeah. Can you believe what's his name? Byron Leftwich, bro, is the quarterback coach of that team. And no, excuse me, I think he's actually the offensive coordinator.
The co-offensive coordinator. Yeah. And if Jameis Winston didn't have 30 interceptions, he threw for 5,000 yards.
Jameis killed it, but it's because of Arians' offense. They just throw it deep. Yeah. That's it. Keep throwing it deep. We're gonna catch something. Yeah.
The biscuit. Yep. But I would just be like, listen, let Tom do his thing. Like Tom Brady, like, okay, even if the numbers, for whatever reason, he's getting older, that's fine. But for whatever reason, the numbers are going down. That's just a fact across the board. But he's still winning.
Right.
The game is to win and lose.
Bro, if
the
on
game
my
was
podcast.
to only be about stats.
Fucking my guy. The game, you play to win the game. You play the listen, bro, what you're just saying, if you heard the intro of my podcast, the first guy that talks, stats are for losers.
That's why, that's why I had an issue with like when it was obviously Peyton Manning going to the Broncos to take Tim Tebow's spot. But why the fuck the Jets wouldn't start Tim Tebow?
Right.
I get it. He completed 2 passes in the game. He won the game.
Speaking of that, I never understood why they did Tebow so dirty. I even feel like the Mets, why do you have this motherfucker playing AAA? Put him in the pros and let's see what he's got. Like, he's going to be garbage. He's playing garbage players. No offense to the fucking minor leagues, but if I got to find out, like we talked about earlier, to bring it full circle, Tom Brady has the it factor. Russell Wilson has the it factor. Tebow has the fucking it factor. Okay? Why would you not start a game? Bro, I would have done what Miami did. I would have looked up every fucking play Miami did. I would have seen what Chad Pennington did. I would have seen what Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams did, and I would have fucking copied and pasted that shit. Because you can argue right now the Ravens are killing it with that kind of style of play. Right? Yep. All you need to do is get first downs.
And he won.
He does. That's what I'm saying.
All you got to do is he won. All he did was win. It's because you didn't like the way it looked, and you wanted him to look like Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Spanty, 400 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Tim Tebow plays ugly football.
And he wins.
Right, I know.
But that's what that matters.
Yeah,
wins. And he has a culture about him. He's a grind. He's going to work out. First guy in, first guy out. He's going to show up.
Bro, I can't believe the guy has a job at a desk, right? To talk college sports. Yet every offseason he prepares for the MLB season as if he's going to get a chance to get drafted. This guy's unbelievable.
And I think he's like his fourth year now, right? It's something crazy,
right? Like Mets,
and that's the issue with the MLB.
Suck. Bring this. It's the issue with the scouts and the fucking writers, and I've had a problem, and I'm tired of it already. First of all, more than half of you motherfuckers have never played in your life. The scouts are a little bit different. You've been watching and evaluating talent your whole life. I get it, but it's the same thing that happened in Moneyball, right? In the movie, right? Which was a real thing in real life. They came with a new concept, and the old scouts were like, that shit ain't gonna work. What is OBS? Nah, nobody cares about that. No one cares if he gets on base.
I only have one problem with Moneyball. What's
up?
They never won.
I know, but this is the thing. So look, this is how you got to do it. You know who has won with Moneyball? The Boston Red Sox. So this is how you play Moneyball. Even the Dodgers, you could argue, play Moneyball. Hold on, let me show you how you win in Moneyball.
No, Dodgers no shot. Dodgers, they have like the second or third every year, the highest payroll.
Yeah, but that's because first of all, that's because they're paying motherfuckers that probably are not on that team anymore. All right, so that we have to really
they paying a lot of these guys, like a lot of them. Like Cody Bellinger's getting paid, and Kershaw, Mookie Betts.
Okay, but
even before that, they.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead, guys.
All right, no. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just saying in the vein. You're 100% right because Boston, New York, and LA have the highest payrolls normally within the last 5 years. What I was saying about Boston, because Boston normally wasn't a spender, is until they got their dick kicked in every fucking year by the Yanks that they had to figure something out. But I think from what I've watched in baseball over the last few years with thinking about Moneyball, this is what you do in Moneyball. Moneyball is how you build your team. Moneyball is not how you win championships. You build your team with Moneyball, and then you go sign yourself.
Well, what are you playing for then?
Hold on. And then you have to sign a free agent. You have to sign a big dude. You got to get a big bat and a good pitcher, right? Like if you look at all the teams that came in now, the thing that I like about Moneyball the most is get on base. I could give a flying fuck about the rest of the statistics. I think that Moneyball brought people a little bit more back down to the ceiling where like, look, man, a home run is not enough. We need to get guys on base and we need to build around that.
But you know who really started that, right?
Who?
Started in the early 90s with the Yankees.
Right, yes.
So the GM of the Yankees was like, wait a minute.
Well, they stole all of the fucking A's players too.
Why are with the concept of on base percentage? They were like, why is that on base percentage like 60%, 50%? Stop swinging at everything. We're gonna get an on base percentage to 80%.
Yep.
We're gonna get 800, 900, and it started in the mid 90s. The Yankees. That's why the Yankees won those chips back to back to back, and was about to win another one back to back, and then won it again after that in 2000. So from 95 to 2000, we won 5. We won 4. So that's why it was. It was the on base percentage.
That's what I think is the most critical.
Catch up.
Yeah, I think that's the most critical statistic or the most important piece out of the whole Moneyball thing, because I think it does give you another way to evaluate guys, right? Because not everybody's going to be a home run hitter, right? You got to get dudes that get on fucking base, and I think that's a huge problem. I think the Yankees suffered from it a little bit this season. You can't keep hitting home runs, bro. Not everybody's going to hit a fucking grand slam.
But the statistics, all these guys, like the league is different. The league is what's his WAR? What's his whip? Like all that shit is just so annoying. Yeah. It's so annoying. It's fucking ridiculously annoying. Like Mike Trout is the best player in baseball because all these numbers are so high. He don't fucking win.
I know.
We have to win. Yeah. He doesn't get into the playoffs. We have not seen Mike Trout play in the playoffs. I think he's made it one time. Why are we paying him $400 and something million if he can't get to the playoffs?
All right, so this
I don't want to hear this shit.
So we were talking about it with Manny. So who is the best player right now? Like with a
Mookie Betts.
Okay, Mookie's dope.
Without a doubt.
I said Mookie's number 1. Who's 2?
Well, nobody.
Right.
I think it's just a whole bunch.
It's a cliff. It's a cliff, right? It's a cliff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mookie won a ring,
chip
2018
things, and now he's gonna win another chip.
And now he's in the thing. They're gonna win again.
I think so.
I just don't.
He's hands down the best player.
Your impact.
Yeah.
Your impact on the game. Yes. If you're winning, your impact includes winning. Don't get me wrong. Dodgers have a good team and they're winning. But if he wins a ring with them, he gets them over the hump.
Right. And that's what I was trying to say. Like with the Dodgers, right? Like this is what I was trying to say with the Moneyball with the Dodgers thing. Who the fuck is Cody Bellinger? Never heard of the motherfucker. Who's Max Muncy? Never heard of him. Who's Jock Peterson? I never heard of him. Who's any of the fucking players on that team? I'm just saying.
Jock has.
Yeah, Jock is a beast. I know. He was hitting home runs. But if you're not if you're like a casual baseball fan, these guys are not household names. You need to get a Mookie Betts on the team.
That's MLB's fault.
Right, for sure. But I also think it's the fan base's fault too, because I've spoken to fans, and fans are too narrow-minded. That's what I love talking about Manny. Manny's great because Manny knows all the fucking teams. Like, I know the same thing about all the teams in football. I don't know just the fucking Jets.
But again, we talked about this before. The average age of a baseball fan is 57 years old.
Bro, that's insane. That's insane.
So it doesn't, you have to cater to the masses.
Right.
We all could be sports purists, all we fucking want. All that goes out the window when you're trying to get the sport to be relevant and people to know who everybody is and to be out there. But the NBA does a good job because they market their stars.
Right. Very smart.
The MLB doesn't.
You could also argue that the NFL doesn't either, because the NFL is like,
well, they're the shield. They market the
right,
shield.
Yes,
They're the shield. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But the thing again, they create scarcity.
Right.
That's all it is.
Agreed.
Every game means something.
Yeah, that's why
any given Sunday.
I'm telling you, if I'm Major League Baseball right now, I'm seriously thinking going to 80 games. Seriously thinking about it. I'm going to 80. We get the break at 40. Best teams out of 4. Best teams out of 80.
I didn't watch most of the games this year, but I did catch myself wanting to watch more baseball than I usually would.
Right, because it meant something now, right? Like
exactly.
You know, when's opening day? Let's say opening day is like around April 4th or 5th, right? What April, May, March? No, March, May, April. Which one is after fucking May's after April, right? I'm fucking my shit up.
June. Yeah.
Okay, so
April, May, June.
So by June, we already got playoff implications. Right?
Yep.
Now we're talking. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I do not want to wait to motherfucking August to be like, well, we got like a couple of divisional, runnings here down to the wire. Bro, baseball's fatiguing.
Yep.
It's a long season. And I could imagine for those players, it's long. And something that I think that they think about, but again, because they're purists, they'll never. I think it was really great that most of baseball was still played in amazing weather. Right? So now the Yankees of the world and the Bostons of the world don't have to deal with the cold weather, bro. Come on, man. That's like a huge
advantage.
Yeah, dude. I think it was the Rays.
Even for the opposite team.
Yes.
Even for the opposite team, it's advantage.
Right. It's like nobody wants to fucking play in -2-degree weather. That shit sucks.
Nope.
I also think that they should.
You want to be able to earmuffs?
Come on, yo, bro. They be wearing ninja masks. I can't tell you how many Yankees I've seen with fucking ninja masks on. It's so fucking cold.
You're right.
It gets cold in the Bronx, bro. And so I thought there was a couple of takeaways. I thought one, it was shorten the season by more than half, bring back that 16 team format, and play in neutral sites. Everybody, like the Olympics. We just pick a spot, nobody leaves, you move it around. I think that the home field advantage. Go ahead.
No, the only reason why I wouldn't say the neutral site, just because depending on what time of the year it's going to be in, you don't need to be in neutral site. One, and two, you gotta when you're playing for something in the regular season, you're playing for that home field advantage.
I get it.
You're playing for your crowd to scream at Manny Machado. You fucking suck.
Right.
10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people. I think Clayton Kershaw is balling because he don't have fucking people in the stands. They're going to be like, you're going to choke. You're going to choke. It's going to happen right now. Oh, look, you got to give up a hit. You gave up a hit. Like that little mental mind games. Him walking back to the dugout. Hey, you gave up 2 hits there, bro. Hey, you left the guy at second base there, bro. That's all mind games. I think that you have to have that.
I told that to Tabitha. I said that a lot of these players are playing much better, even scrubs, because there's no fans.
Yep.
They don't got to get yelled at. They don't got to get screamed at.
When you're getting paid 20, 30, 15, $5 million, even $1 million, $1 million. Because I think rationally. So if I'm playing baseball for $1 million a year, which in the baseball world, that's not a lot of money, but in regular people world, if you're getting paid $1 million fucking dollars to play a sport for a year, when you got doctors making $500,000 a year, saving fucking lives, and I'm getting paid $1 million a year to play baseball, I'm with it. You got to take the criticism. You got to be mentally tough. There's something you have to do about that.
I agree with you 100%, bro. I think that was a huge reason why the Padres had a lot of success. They don't really produce on the pressure, and they're not really used to it. And they come and they play in a sweet ass park, but the moment they got to go somewhere else and everybody's yelling at them, it's a little bit different, right? I mean, I think to me, Manny Machado showed me a lot in this postseason because he was very, very, for the most part, without the glove, he was pretty dialed in. But yeah, dude, I agree. You got to deal with the yelling and all that stuff, and it's just part of the program. That's why we pay you $1 million. You're not doing it for free because you're not gonna go get screamed at. Part of the process is getting yelled at and dealing with all that shit. Speaking of,
and I get it. You don't say the gay slurs or racial slurs. That shit is unacceptable. But saying you suck and you need to hit the ball and you can't catch, I think that's all
fair
open
game.
Field.
So speaking about players stepping their game up and getting paid, you can help me a little bit on this, and then we'll switch to your squad. Are they not paying the Jets players enough? Because to be that bad, bro, like you have to have pride. I think
the Jets are gonna be a charity team. I think the Jets are gonna just be a charity team. I think they're gonna donate all proceeds to St. Jude or something. The way they're looking right now,
bro, they're looking so bad. And so now you guys won last week, right? Yeah, you won last week.
The week before,
right.
Before
so then you guys are now with us trying to get the fucking Trevor Lawrence, but we beat y'all because you got to win. We trying to stay winless, baby. So
I think you're gonna win a game or two. I don't know where down the line. I think you're gonna win a game or two.
I think so too. It's hard, bro. It's really, 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 really hard to go winless. It's only happened twice in the modern era.
The thing is, like, it's not like basketball where you could tank, just to get the more ping pong balls.
Right.
Because in the NFL, what have you done for me lately? What are you putting on tape right now? You have to show effort, because if you don't show no effort, you're not getting picked up by another team, because all teams are going to look at the tape.
It's funny. I wonder if I'm going to play a little conspiracy theory here. I don't know if you ever looked at the Jets schedule. The Jets schedule is ridiculous, bro. Like, in the sense of, usually when you suck, that means you get an easier schedule the next season, right? That's how the NFL works.
Get the last place schedule. You get third place schedule, second place schedule.
Yeah. Bro, they had to play the Chiefs this year. They've had to play the motherfucking Raiders, or they're going to play them. They got to play the Rams. They got to play I was going to say the Rays, but they got to play the Chargers. And both of those games are on the road. I think even the Oakland game is on the road. I don't know if the Chief game is on the road. Then all of a sudden, while they were fucking around, Miami got good. The Bills, the fucking Bills.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. That shit is fucking.
You have to play the Colts at home. You have to play the Niners. Bro,
they might not win a game.
No, I said it already. I was arguing with some dudes. They didn't believe me. I'm like, bro, there's no way these guys win a game. They got, like, maybe towards the end, but they have a lot of hard games.
I still don't see it. They got, all right, so they played Chiefs.
That's a loss.
They played Chiefs, Patriots.
Loss.
Chargers.
Loss.
Dolphins.
Maybe win.
Raiders.
Maybe. Loss.
Seahawks.
Loss.
Rams. Browns again. And Patriots again.
Look at that, bro. Come on, man. Where are you going to get that win at? That's crazy.
Maybe Dolphins.
Yeah, maybe. Only because they switched to Tua. That's the only thing. Because if it was Fitzpatrick, I'd take Miami all day. And I still think, speaking of that really quickly, they should have waited. I still would have waited.
True, but I think they already had the plan in place, and
but that's what happens when you just said earlier. If we're winning, okay, Fitzpatrick wins. He fucking wins. Why is this guy a journeyman? Like, he fucking wins everywhere he goes. He's above 500. He throws less picks than he does touchdowns. You could argue he does get a little rattled, but why take him out early? Leave Tua, give him a full year to recover his knee, because he's still hurt, bro. If they put him in and he gets injured, there's your whole season. There's your whole fucking 10 years. Like, you're fucked.
Patrick already has a feel like he feels like he was betrayed, kind of thing. But he
already shit.
You didn't see the outburst he had.
No,
he was like they did a press conference with him, and the virtual stuff, and he was just like, "This league is strange, man." I agree. Paraphrasing, but he goes, "This league is strange." He's like, "I just got fired, but I just got fired by my boss, who I had to be in a Zoom call with today for 4 hours, and I had to sit in a room with my replacement for 4 hours."
Wow.
He's like that. He was heartbroken and stuff like that.
Bro, he was a baller as a Jet. I would have never got rid of him as a fucking Jet. He was a baller in Tampa Bay. He was a baller in fucking the Bills. He put the Bills kind of back on the map, because they were like, who's this Fitzmagic guy? What he did in Tampa was totally Fitzmagic. And this season, you could argue, has been his best statistical season. He's crushing it this season. Boy's hot. That's one thing I loved about Bill Parcells, bro. And I feel like people will be forgetting about Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells would not take out a hot player for a cold player. Never in the fucking world, bro. Never. He fucking kept quarterbacks in, because he took Tony Romo, who was a fourth player on the depth chart, and said, fuck it, let's play him in a whole game. Let's see what he got. And he never looked back. Right? What the fuck is some of the moxie on these things? Like, to be honest with you, yes, you want Tua to go onto the field and learn, but at what cost? And the season's already starting. You're not getting any W's. For sure it is.
You know what it is? That's the ownership. That's the billionaire that's looking at it and be like, all right, let me look at my paper. What's the ROI on my first round pick?
Yep.
I need a return on my investment.
I would say that there has been an ROI on your investment. You got the guy, right? You put in a great quarterback, in my opinion, to teach him how to play quarterback, right? bro, there's eyeballs on Miami. You're already getting your return on your investment, bro. Like all of a sudden, Miami's like, oh shit, you don't want to play Miami, Fitzpatrick. But now it's like, oh shit, they went right back to the fucking Dolphins, right? Like they were good for a second, and then he's like, oh, you got two in there. There's no, first of all, two right out the gate is not going to be Kyler Murray, and he ain't going to be no fucking Russell Wilson. There's going to be a huge learning curve. And I've always said this. This is one of my hot takes. Lefty quarterbacks throw the ball awkward, throw the ball differently, and it's a different delivery and the whole nine. That whole team is going to have to learn specifically how he throws
the rock. It's going to be tough because right tackles are not as highest possessions as left tackles.
Exactly.
The blind side.
Yeah.
So it's going to be definitely a learning curve for the kid. Yeah. But staying on topic with the Jets.
Yeah, for sure. No. It's just crazy. They're not going to win a game.
I think Sam Darnold had he went to a bad situation.
Facts.
I think the kid could play. I think the kid is special. I just think when you have shit all around you, you're gonna smell like shit.
Agreed.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for the kid.
I agree.
Like when he was coming out and it was like the Browns and Jets were at the top, I was like, go back to school.
Bro, so this is another thing I wanted to talk about. So you got Trevor Lawrence committed to coming out to the NFL. Same thing like you were saying earlier, Jets, Cleveland. I would stay in school. I think, you know who did it? What's the kid from Colts? Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was coming out to Cleveland. Yep. He said, fuck you. I'm staying one more year in school. And I think that this sucks that these organizations now play so bad, alienate their players. And so what now? The Jets are the Knicks now? They're not going to we're not going to get good players because guys are going to be like, fuck that. I don't want to go to the Knicks. I don't want to go to the Jets. Because that's where we're at.
And that's all organizations' fault. You're a losing organization. Become a winning organization and you'll get good players. Like, it's simple as that. Like, we could talk about the Knicks in a few minutes, but the Jets, you haven't done anything. Like, even when you had Mark Sanchez, cool, you went to 2 AFC titles back to back, cool. He was still a baked potato. Like, he wasn't all that. Like, it was straight defense and it was straight running the ball. Like, and if you guys scored a lot of points, it was on a really bad team. But when you met up against a good team, you couldn't get over the hump. And then that team broke down because you had a bum-ass quarterback. Now, besides that, what was it Vinny Testaverde? Like,
Chad Pennington, more closer.
Like,
right. They gave us.
And he was throwing softballs out there because his elbow got fucked up. He was just super accurate and had great anticipation. But you're just a losing franchise. Turn your franchise. Sell your team already. Sell your team. Gary Vaynerchuk already. Give it to Gary V already.
Just do it. Even if you didn't give it to Gary V, why would you not get Gary V in the building to be like, yo, help me out? Like, you're the general manager of the Jets right now. I know you don't have no experience. Like the same way they pick college coaches or dudes that you never heard of before. Take a shot. Now, this is the thing I was going to say about the Jets. What I don't understand is, okay, you just said it. They hang their hat on defense and running the rock. They've had great defensive players. They've had great running backs. Why are you trying to change the formula? And now, indirectly, I'm starting to hate Patrick Mahomes. Because it's the same thing why I hate Steph Curry. The league is now going to say that, like you said earlier, if you're not dazzling and if you're not throwing all of this stuff, you're considered garbage in the NFL in the sense of a quarterback. If I was in charge of the Jets, I would build a defense that had depth, that was just, you didn't want to play us. You'll beat us, but it's going to be a really low-scoring game, and it's going to hurt. Right?
Yep.
Get a running back that could, and running backs you can always get as long as you understand offensive line. That's what makes a running back good. Get a good offensive line. You could do that for 20 years. And then the one time that you get a generational player like a Patrick Mahomes, you go get that guy, and then that's when you win the chip. Instead of chasing quarterbacks, I feel like they should be chasing philosophy and get the philosophy down.
Build an identity like the Steelers.
Right. The Steelers, the Ravens, the Patriots, like the Green Bay Packers. A lot of teams have it. The Bears, the Panthers, like all of these teams know that defense wins championships. The Ravens know that. The Steelers know that. The Panthers know that. The Bears know that. Why are you late on the thing? Even the Pats get it, right? Like, where you at, bro? Like, even the Bills in this business, before they got Josh Allen, what did they do? They beefed up the defensive line. They beefed up the offensive line. They got some good safeties, a couple DBs. Now we're just waiting. We're waiting for offensive players. Instead of going freaking crazy and doing whatever it is that they think they like. I feel like they just try to outsmart themselves. I think that Sam Darnold was, or could be, I'm going to say was, could be a good quarterback. But when you have the overall third pick, you don't need a quarterback, bro. You need a lot more shit. Trade that third pick back and fucking get more things. Like, that's the only reason why I want the Jets to tank the season is tank the season, get the first round pick. Everybody's going to want Lawrence. Trade everything away from an organization that's trying to give them up to you. Get everything they want and give them Trevor Lawrence. The only thing that sucks is that if you do that, right, and you end up with all these draft picks and Trevor Lawrence wins 3 championships, they're going to be like, wow, the Jets had a chance. That's the
hindsight 2020.
I know, that's the thing that sucks. That's the thing that sucks.
Because another thing that can happen too is Trevor Lawrence first game out there gets hit in his knees.
And he's
done for the rest of his career.
Correct.
So,
that's why I was thinking that bringing in Tua so early is a waste of time. Like, that's the thing that, you know, you take a risk. You know, you trying to get a return on your ROI right out the gate might end up costing you more money. And look, I'm surprised Sam Darnold's still alive. He's been getting tossed around. Homeboy got fucking mono. He's been getting killed by his quarterback. He's been getting, by his coach. He's been getting killed by his offensive line. Like, I don't know.
Some of it's his fault too, holding onto the ball a little too long, trying to make a big play.
Yes.
Because he just knows that they suck and have no chance of winning the game or coming back. So
He's trying to show star. He's trying to show star. Yep. But again, look at the Chargers. Chargers, right? The Chargers sold everything. Yep. What they got? A really good defense. So it keeps them in games, right? Get a decent offensive line. Yep. Their running backs, outside of Eckler, no one knows who the fuck they are. And then they get a Herbert by accident. Oh shit! Now we can compete, right? Instead of, I don't know why teams want to get a court, like the same thing you could say for the Browns, but the Browns were smart. The Browns for the last 10 years have been building a defense and an identity on defense because they know they got to play the Ravens and they know they got to play the Steelers. They took a quarterback number 1 overall. All right, that makes sense. The Jets, even the Giants, I would say, you shouldn't be taking quarterbacks right now, bro. You have way too many concerns.
Or a running back.
Right, running back all day.
I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want Saquon. Sorry.
I wanted Saquon, but I could agree with you that even at that point too.
I didn't want Saquon because the reason was I knew we were losing games with Eli was because Eli was getting hit all the fucking time. Our offensive line was trash.
Yep.
You can't do. The Buccaneers proved it last week.
Right.
Any quarterback,
I
don't care how great you are.
Even Tom
Brady, Joe Montana.
Yeah, ask Tom Brady about that Giants team that fucked him up.
If you could get pressure onto the quarterback,
bro,
move the quarterback off of his spot, it's over.
Yep.
So if you already have a shitty offensive line and you have an okay to below average QB, it's over.
Yep.
I like Joe Burrows. He's balling, but I feel bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get destroyed. That offensive line is horrendous. And they're not doing him any favors over there. He's balling, but that offensive line is trash. And I feel bad for kids.
That's why I like the fucking Ravens, bro. Ravens build the defense, dope offensive line, obviously. Get a couple running backs. Okay, we could take a Lamar. Like, you can argue Lamar's not a great quarterback, but Lamar's serviceable. With a fucking dope offensive line and homeboy can run a little bit.
We got a team. With Trent Dilfer.
We got a team. We got holy shit. That's why I think the evaluation, and you got to agree with me on this, I know that quarterbacks are special, but I don't think that to get a winning sauce every year, which means you're above 500 with a quarterback, you don't even need a great quarterback. Look what the Bears have done for the last 20 years. The Bears have been one of the best defenses every season. No quarterback. They score on defense. They don't even need it.
Yep.
Right? Like,
you just need the quarterback to get you over the hump. That's
exactly right. Not the other way around. Not the other way. Even the Chiefs built it that way. Offensive line. They got some good running backs. Then they started buying pieces on defense. They picked up Alex Smith. Okay, he's serviceable. Then Patrick Mahomes comes. Instead of going the other way, like these guys are trying to find Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Haskins. Like the last guy to me, I mean, there was only a few. So you could say Cam Newton, overall number 1. That's a slam dunk. Who else was overall? Andrew Luck, slam dunk. Everyone else, I could say, still got to prove me shit. Yep. Moving forward from those drafts, like up to where we're at now.
Yeah.
Right? Especially you being the number 1. Like even Baker. Baker's still on the hot seat. You know, for me.
And he's regressed. He's regressed big time this year.
But, you know, that was another thing that Josh Brady was talking to me about. He was like, dude, this is so hard, man. When you're a young quarterback, you need the same quarterback coach. You need the same coordinator. You need the same guys for a few years so that you guys build rapport. They know your weaknesses. They know your tendencies. They know what you're good at. They know what you're not good at. Like one of the things that makes me like gush about Josh Allen the most, He throws the most craziest accurate ball from the left side of the field. You know how hard that shit is to do, bro? And while he's stiff arming a fucking defender, most of these guys have designed rollouts to go to their best side, to the right, so that they look good. Most of those guys can't even hit players on the run. Most of those guys don't even know how to manage the play action from a rollout perspective. So it's just like, dude, for sure Baker's regressed because again, not the consistency at quarterback, coach, offense coordinator, and head coach. I mean, they've been through 3. Always got to learn a new offense. Imagine learning a new offense, bro. I don't even know how big a playbook is, but I'm sure it's big.
Know everything. Yep.
Right?
No verbiage.
Come on, man.
Yep.
It's tough.
All right. Now, switching a little gears off the bum-ass Jets. We got some breaking news.
I'm not going to get a little fucking
Antonio Brown to the Bucs.
Fuck that guy. Holy shit, that's why the kid picked him up in my league. I knew that was happening. Yo, bro, I was about to text it, and I'm like, why are you picking up Antonio Brown? And I looked through the internet, and they didn't say nothing. I haven't checked. Wow. Game over. You heard it here first. Game over.
He just got it.
Wow.
They just got him.
Who released that? ESPN for who?
Everywhere. Bleacher Report.
They usually give credit to who broke it first. I wonder if it was my little guy. I love him.
Schefter.
Yeah, Adam Schefter broke it, right?
Yep.
Of course he did.
Like always. A 1 year deal, obviously. I don't feel like they needed him.
No, they totally did. What are you talking about?
You think so?
Bro, they have no tight end. They have no tight end. And fucking, my man, I love him to death, but Mike Evans is playing on one leg. Literally. He's playing on one leg. He's not 100% healthy. So you bring him.
Yo, that.
Right? Come on.
He's not 100% healthy.
Yeah, so even Godwin is kind of like, that whole team is banged up. Now you bring Brown. Even if Brown doesn't catch a fucking pass, homeboy still got wheels. So that means that the whole entire defense is going to go the other way.
I think the person is going to benefit the most from this 100%. Is going to be Brown.
Yep. I picked him up in my fantasy league. I can't believe somebody picked fucking Brown up off of waivers without him even being signed and got him. Damn, that's my 2 blunders for the week. Not picking up Gio and not smelling this Brown shit. But I knew when he picked it up, I said, wait a minute. Because I got the notification.
There's something there.
Something's happening. Somebody read something, heard something. Yeah. By the way, I love you, AB, but fuck you, AB, for not posting anything on fucking social, so I could have scooped your ass up.
Good.
And you'd have been on my team. But no, he finally learned. Yeah. In the same token, don't touch social media, bro. The Patriots told you don't make one call, and you made one call, and they fucking kicked you out. Yep. Don't fuck with it.
Tom Brady was probably got on the phone with him. Was like, yo, fam.
Yeah, chill the fuck out.
Don't fuck this up for me, bro. We're about to win another chip. Listen. Yo, I'll pay your phone bill.
The internet is breaking right now. As we're talking, the internet is breaking because I'm losing my mind. I'm like, right now I'm sweating. I need a cigarette. This is profound news. I mean, now we got to switch gears. Imagine the progression of this man's life. You sign this monster fucking contract with the Raiders. The Raiders say goodbye. You fucking sign to the Pats. The Pats say goodbye. You pretty much get kicked out the fucking NFL. And now you're with the fucking...
He retired like 8 times.
Yeah.
He retired.
And now you're back with the Bucs.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, I think Ronald Jones is going to bowl out too.
I've been watching him. He's amazing. He's amazing. I like this guy.
He's already been balling out.
He has been balling out.
You can't stack the box. You have AB, Mike Evans, you got Scotty Miller in the slot, and you got Gronk in the middle of the field. It's going to be tough.
By the way, I'm studying.
It's going to be tough.
I picked up like 20 Tampa Bay players this week. I'm like Tampa Bay's kicker, Tampa Bay's defense, Tampa Bay's tight end.
I feel bad for Scotty Miller because he was having a decent season. I think he might suffer a little bit.
Who's that, a wideout or a tight end? See, look, I got to get you on the phone. Because I'm like,
I'm slot receiver.
That's the rookie, right?
Receiver.
That's the rookie?
Yeah, the rookie.
Yeah, he's been balling. Yeah. He's been balling. But I still think he's going to get his chances because I think Bruce is going to try to rest these guys now. We got a fresh Antonio, right? Hopefully he didn't burn his feet in no fucking cryo facility this time. So he should be 100. So we get homeboy 100. Now we could probably give plays off to Mike. Let Mike definitely fill the whole season, right? So now you can you can put the rook. Put the rook in there and then have...
They're in a bye week. They're in a bye week this week, I think.
Nah. They are? Don't tell me that.
I think so.
No, they play the Raiders, bro. We just did.
No, we didn't. You're right.
Yeah,
Next week, they're on a bye the following week.
Okay.
That's why they signed them this week.
Gotcha. To catch him up. Yeah, he's going to go to... He's going to sleep at Tom Brady's house. Tom Brady's going to be like, look, son, let's just do these exercises.
Not even.
Why? No? How many?
Let me see. Their bye week is week
The NFL
9.
definitely knows how
No,
to
not
steal.
even. When
How
the
to
fuck
steal.
is their bye week?
They might have had it already.
Did they?
They might have. I'm not sure. If you can't see it off the gate, then they might have. They might have had it already. Let me see here. That's right, because my phone now is back. Baby, I'm back. I can't believe that shit, bro. I'm so geeked. I'm a huge Antonio Brown fan. I cannot believe.
Oh, they get it. Wow, they get a late bye week.
When?
Do they?
16?
Yeah. Week 13.
Wow, that team is stacked right now. They're just gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't see them on the schedule for week 13. So they get a bye week 13.
Wow, that's unreal.
I've never seen a bye week that late.
Bro, you know what's even more interesting? How the fucking NFL just fucking puts the kibosh on baseball. They literally stole all of the fucking.
That's why all the leagues have to just stay out of the way of the NFL and make it and be its own season. So like the NBA, they could go into baseball because baseball is not that serious. Mm-hmm. So you should start your season the day after the Super Bowl finishes. That's your opening day in baseball and basketball.
Right.
So you don't have to compete with them.
I agree. I don't know.
Super Bowl's over.
I don't know why the fuck.
No playoff games. No nothing.
I also think too, though, like as a sports fan, right? You're always trying to consume. I really like the way everything kind of worked out this season, right? Where everything was kind of stacked, and I would keep it in this format, right? Shorten everybody's games because look, this is how it goes, right? It was like basketball was just about to finish, right? Just about to. I'm talking about playoffs. Like all the playoffs were like congruent, which was awesome. It was like
because you want the players and you want the money to be spread out. When you start stacking everything, that's why football king. That's why football is king. Football king is because they have the number one thing football has is scarcity. Number one thing they have. Every game means something. So they have the most viewership on their channel because of scarcity. Everybody's looking at them. Basketball has 82 games. People don't care about a Tuesday night in January in Milwaukee. Or Milwaukee versus the Pelicans in January. Sure Nobody gives a fuck about.
That's terrible.
Football every Sunday people care to watch. Every Thursday, every Monday. Every game means something. Every game any given Sunday. People for sure don't give a fuck about baseball. 162 games. You lose a game, we'll get them next time. We have 161 to go. Oh, we lost another one. We have 160 to go. We could turn it around sometime. This has been my argument with a couple of my friends and other people who are like, you can't shorten the season because of the money and the ownership and blah, 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 blah. If you put viewership, did you know the NBA Finals had like 5 million people watch it when LeBron won?
Yeah, I was watching. Is that a little bit or is that a lot?
We're going to compare it.
Compare it. Right, that's what I want to know.
The game that night, I think it was Chiefs. That Sunday night game, I forgot what game that was on the Sunday.
Oh, I do.
That game got 11 million.
No, you know what game that was? Wow. You know why that game? That was fucking. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was Hawks Vikings.
11 million.
Wow. So for Hawks
and
you could argue like besides Russ, they ain't really nothing to watch on the Hawks. Mm-hmm. So Hawks Minnesota scored that shit.
Both things you can say. They didn't have.
There was nothing in the balance of the game, pretty much. Like it was a regular season game, right?
So it's a regular season game versus the NBA Finals.
Right, the finals.
Which the NBA Finals should be a priority to people to watch the game instead of a fucking regular season game in NFL. But that's not the case.
Wow.
That's not the case.
That's disrespectful.
But now if it's a scarcity and you put it in a season of its own, we're like, all right, the NBA Finals Game 7 will be the day before the NFL starts.
Right.
So let's say NFL starts every September 6th or 10th.
Right.
So the Game 7 is scheduled for the day before the NFL season starts. So as soon as Game 7 or whenever this shit is over.
They definitely got to work on the scheduling. They definitely got to work on the scheduling thing. For sure.
They have to. You can't compete.
This is the thing, right? That's what I was going to say. If you want to compete, if you don't want to compete, stay exactly where the fuck you at. Because the NFL is still going to put you, like, basically with fantasy, the Tennessee Titans and the motherfucking Jacksonville Jaguars couldn't get 5 million on a sleepy day, on a regular season day versus another shit that was like the culmination of the whole entire season, plus the greatest player to probably ever touch the basketball was on display, and you'd rather have watched a mediocre game that probably didn't matter for shit. So yeah, baseball, if you want to keep it up, and basketball, I mean, at least with basketball, they do have their own viewers, right? Baseball is kind of a little different. Like for me, I would probably go now due to the way things are going, and I'm sure you would be with me on this. It'd be NFL, NBA, MLB. When before, it was like NFL, MLB, or MLB, NFL. I feel like the NBA has done whatever they needed to do to stay relevant and to be in the discussion.
They're global now. The NBA is global.
That's huge. Yes, that's a huge.
They're global,
huge thing.
and their news cycle has now been all year round, as opposed to years before hasn't been all year round.
I know they stole that shit right out of the fucking NFL playbook, because the NFL playbook.
They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job with the summer league. The G League.
Right. Like, I'm even interested because, when you get a draft pick and then like, oh, let me go watch him in the summer league. Let me see how he's doing. Like, I'm guilty of watching summer league games. I don't know how many other motherfuckers watch that shit, but I'm a junkie for the whole
I was telling my friends about the whole thing with scarcity in NBA. Like, if people watch your stuff, you could demand price. That's all that matters. If people are watching you. So, like, when like you got these WNBA players saying, hey, we should be paid like NBA players. Show me the viewership that you're getting like NBA players, and then we could pay you like NBA players. Just get the scarcity. Show me that all these people want to watch your sport.
This is going to get me in trouble. I'm going to say it anyway. They should dismantle the WNBA. I mean, at this point, I'm sure it's a fucking loss. There's no way there's no way they make money.
They've been operating. No, they don't. They don't make money.
Exactly.
But the thing is but that's the thing I have with some of these females or anybody who's an advocate. I'm not saying women should not play basketball.
I'm not saying that either. Yes,
completely clear. But you can't advocate for equal pay to men in the NBA if nobody's watching your stuff.
Yeah. And
if you were getting 5 million viewers,
that they
if they're getting if you're getting eyeballs, if they're getting the viewership, if they're getting 5 million people watching the WNBA finals, right? And they were getting 1 million people watching, whatever the case may be, and they were getting the same viewership, then they could be like, hey, where's my bread? Give my bread.
I can make a lot of arguments for this thing. First of all, the only team, and I'm a sports fanatic, which means that if there's anything that has a level of competition in it and there's really good people, like I love tennis. You know why? Because the 3 top tennis players are fucking phenomenal. I only know really one team, which is like the LA Sparks. And it's only because it seems like all the best players play for the Sparks. They do a piss poor job at fucking promoting any other woman in any other team, in any other city, number one. Number two, there's tons of lulls in the seasons, right? Before COVID, where they could have stuck the 40-game season in there and people probably would have watched. But no, you want to go compete against baseball numbers and you want to compete against, regular season football numbers or any of these other numbers. You're not going to win. You're not going to win.
I just pulled it up, right?
Go.
For the
Pull it up.
NBA Finals, the WNBA Finals that just passed.
How much?
Right now.
How many viewers?
570,000 people.
Okay, I thought you used to say 500 total, but 500, that's nothing. How many people are in America? How many people are in America? Is it 8 billion?
330 million.
330 million?
In America.
Okay, so that's what?
In America.
That's less than a percent of people that watch that, right?
Less than that.
Right.
Less than half percent. But the game is growing. I don't want to discount that the game isn't growing. But like every game, you thought do you think the NBA was getting paid in the 70s?
Right. It takes time to grow your brand. It takes time to grow your brand.
Exactly. So you can't get mad like if your sport is at a loss. Like you're operating at a loss, but you want to get more money. Now I feel these girls, they should get more money, but you can't get LeBron money. I'm sorry, you just can't do it yet. You're not there.
Thanks.
You want LeBron money. And it doesn't
that's
work
the only, and I'm not gonna say that's the only thing, but that is one of the things that come into this, bigger scale discussion about equal pay, equal rights, equal fair. And at the end of the day, just to put LeBron in this argument, no one deserves the money this guy deserves. No one. This guy has been the best player, arguably, for the last 15 years. Okay? came into the league at 19, had one of the biggest at that point Nike endorsement deals ever, has lived up to all of the hype, has changed, has developed, has went to different locations, has come back home and won titles, has been to 10 appearances, has won 4. No, you do not get LeBron James money. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work out like that. I don't care. You can't.
If you were shifting economies in your state, then you can demand the money, but you're not shifting economies. Your sport isn't shifting anybody's economy. If the WNBA went away today, nobody would care.
Right. But listen, I didn't even know the WNBA was playing, right? Like, I'm not trying to be insulting, but again, it's the same shit I have against hockey. And I don't even like why hockey does this. Hockey's fine being the number 4. When I'm like, dude, you guys could actually be maybe 3. You could be 2.5. Hockey's very interesting. The problem with hockey is, where do you watch it? Who the fuck knows? What are the players? I only know 2, Alex Ovechkin and Crosby. That means you guys do a shitty job at getting those dudes out, right? Like, you should pretty much showcase. You know, it's another thing too, because we grew up in this era. If it wasn't for fucking video game covers, some of these dudes wouldn't even exist, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they didn't make a Madden cover or they didn't make an MLB cover, you're like, who the fuck is, like, last night, Tabitha, she went over all the Golden Glove nominees. Bro, it made me feel stupid because I don't know. I know less than half of MLB.
I think
lineups.
everybody does. Everybody today, the way they do that, like, it's just weird. Like,
but again, it's what we're saying is, like, if you're not being seen, then no offense, bro, but we don't really want.
And I don't mean like to anybody,
right.
To anyone.
We're not
like,
taking. This has nothing to do about feminism or being a sexist or any of that. We're talking about facts. We're talking about data. We're talking about financial gain.
Let's just put this into perspective,
investment.
right? Let's put this into perspective, right? I think there's a 10-year-old little boy on YouTube. He makes $28 million a year.
Is it that Ryan kid?
Let me say this again. Exactly. Let me say it again. There's a little kid who's 10 years old who makes $28 million a year as a 10-year-old. You know why he makes that much money? Because people watch him. That's the bottom line. Why all these weird motherfuckers on TikTok and on YouTube? If people watch you, you get money. That's how this works. That's how ad revenue works. That's how ad revenue is split. If people watch you, you get paid. If people seek out your services, you get paid. If you are the best person who gives haircuts, guess what? You could charge $1,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a haircut. Because you know why? You have the demand for it. Somebody's willing to pay you that, and that your haircuts are the best. I'm just throwing it out there.
I was gonna say it's like Jacob the jeweler. How many jewelers are there? But Jacob the jeweler is the best.
Exactly.
Everybody goes to Jacob. You know what I mean?
It's it.
It's the same.
It's just a supply and demand thing.
Yeah.
And like, I know a couple of guys who are DJs, and they say, "Oh, it's not fair. I'm better than some of these DJs," but other DJs are marketing themselves better than you are. 100%. So they're getting out there, and people want to see this DJ more than you because they see this DJ everywhere. I can tell you,
bro, saying that, I could tell you 100 DJs that are fire. All the DJs that are famous are kind of whack. But you know what? They figured out the fucking secret sauce, and now they're blowing the fucking
marketing.
It's like the same thing that people talk shit about my man fucking Pitbull. You can say all you want about Pitbull. Pitbull drops a fucking platinum fucking record all the goddamn time. He's yelling all the Florida all fucking area codes. Oh boy, he's just
He's taking over all the clubs.
Yeah, and you're like, who the fuck is Pitbull? You can say the same thing about Flow Rider. You can like, there's people that have figured out their niche and just know how to market it to their audience. Like for me, if I'm the WNBA, how come you're not in schools? How come you're not giving away money to fucking grow the female basketball leagues in high schools and elementary schools? Like hitting the ground running.
I'm pretty sure they're doing that to some extent.
Right,
what I'm saying, like,
not as much.
They've given away tickets. Like they've given away a lot of women like WNBA tickets for people to go to the game.
People don't even want to fucking see that. That's not good.
So that's the issue. You just don't like. I know. Like I think they would ask one of the players. At this point,
you're losing. You're losing, aren't they? They must be losing money if you're fucking.
They're losing money, but they're growing in popularity, which is good.
Okay,
which is okay.
So they are growing.
I'm just saying. Okay. They are growing.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, you can't demand the money if it's not there.
No, for sure not. I mean, we're already breaking even. What money do you want? There is no money to pay you.
Exactly.
You know the reason why the Lakers could play LeBron James is because they're the fucking Lakers. The reason why the Yankees could go spend $345 on a dude is because they're the fucking Yankees. Now, sure, you can get.
And then people watch them all the time. People watch them and they lose. And that's how football is. Football is about the cloth, about the shield.
Yeah.
And they're going to watch whoever they're going to want to watch because they are loyal. But your sport hasn't grown yet.
Yeah, so
that's why soccer hasn't caught on in America.
Right. Well, I already got the fix for soccer. Easy.
And it's growing.
It is.
Soccer's fucking growing in America.
But soccer's only growing in the Pacific Northwest. And I feel like it's growing even more on the West Coast specifically because of the weather. And you can't play soccer in the fucking snow. Like some of these games that's why basketball period is amazing. Because indoor, outdoor, it could be fucking raining and a fucking hurricane. I'm in the gym, daddy. We good. Like we could play fucking games into the fucking. Look at what the guys did in the NBA bubble. Put everybody in a fucking bubble. We don't care what's happening outside.
Funny story, real quick.
Oh, go ahead, do it.
I was in high school. I played baseball in high school. I played basketball in high school. And one time I was working out in the gym. And the football coach was like, "Yo, come by, come do a tryout, whatever the case may be. You know, you look quick, whatever." And I was like, "All right, I'll think about it." I was playing basketball. We finished basketball practice. I'm getting out of the school. I'm walking out, and it's fucking Hurricane Maria's outside. Torrential downpour.
And those fuckers were practicing? Don't tell me they were practicing.
They're practicing.
Wow.
They were practicing. And I said, "Yep, not for me."
That's what I'm saying. I'm
good, Daddy.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, like, look, I mean, you could even argue the same thing for the NFL, bro. These guys get paid peanuts and they get killed. How the fuck a guy who has to go up to bat 4 times and sits down most of the fucking game makes $25 million? And I get it. They got the eyeballs and all that other stuff. I totally understand that. But
Not even that. Nope. The NFLPA sucks dick.
100%. Agreed. That is actually the
NFL.
Truth. Yes.
The MLB
is no joke.
MLB
Players Association is a G. They're G's.
They struck.
Yep.
The World Series. They said we're not playing the World Series. That was Alex Rodriguez's rookie season. He would have won a ring in his rookie season. And the MLBPA said, "Oh, you're not gonna play us, MLB owners? Well, we want and I meet our demands and our collective bargaining agreement. We're not playing the World Series," and they didn't play the World Series. You're gonna tell me the NFL players, if they all band together and said, "Yo, we're not playing the Super Bowl,"
right?
The owners won't cave.
They should do something.
But the thing is that it's so many players.
Right.
There's so many players, and everybody's selfish, and all these motherfuckers want to live above their means and get four Bugattis and get a $5 million mansion, and you're only getting paid $3 million a year. You want to be this big dick shit, and then once you hear, "Oh shit, lockout's coming," I gotta pay $100,000 in bills a month.
Mm-hmm.
My baby mama needs a new Gucci bag.
Yeah,
my kids need old Jordan.
Yeah, they stretch out big time for sure.
So when you have, because it's majority, it's by the vote. So you have the top percent where, Aaron Rodgers could chill and not do anything. Tom Brady could chill and not do anything. Michael Thomas is good. He got his bread. You got all these guys who got their bread. But when you got these guys making $500,000 a year and they don't know how they spent their money the wrong way, getting chains and cars and shit, they can't go on strike. They're paying private schools for 3 kids. You can't go on strike. So guess what they're going to do? I don't give a fuck about the guys coming behind me. We're not going to change anything here. The NFLPA is, you know what? Hey, guys, I think you should take this deal. There's nothing we could do here. Instead of, the NFLPA should do is like, "Yo, we have a fund. We have a $20 million fund here to cover anybody's expenses, their living expenses, food, water, mortgage. We're going to cover you. You don't have to worry about that stuff. We can hold out." They're going to meet our demands. But they don't do that. And that's what's wrong with the NFLPA. That's what's wrong with the NFL players. They don't want to do any of this shit. But guess what? They want to complain about the transition tag. They want to complain about the franchise tag. You got these quarterbacks that are locked into an organization for 7 years before they hit free agency.
Bro, speaking about all of that, right, really quickly, because I do agree with you. You know what was tripping me out? Because it kind of falls in the same line. And the numbers I might say are crazy. So Dak, I'm sad that he got injured. He was balling. He gets hurt. He was on a franchise tag, right? Franchise tag make like $25 million, right? And then if they were talking about franchising him again, right? So he'd get another $25 million, bro, right? Let's say. Why would you be mad?
I think he gets 32 this 38.
Okay, perfect. 32, 38, whatever the numbers are, right? Let's say you're making 30 plus more. I wouldn't even want a long-term deal. I'm like, no. Pay me those racks now. Because in a long-term deal, it doesn't work out like that. It's a collective amount to equal how much you're making, right? Depending on how they structure
True, but
it.
that way of thinking only benefits one position.
The owners or the quarterback?
No, quarterback. That's the only position.
Which one, the long-term deal or the franchise deal?
The franchise tag way.
Right, yeah. But what I'm saying is that, like, you would have thought that Dak was done dirty by Dallas. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, he gave him a franchise tag. What you were just saying. Like, these guys are getting all crazy about stupid shit. I'm like, bro, the guys just offered you $30 million. I get it's not a long-term season, but bro, $30 million changes people's lives.
Yep.
$1 million. Bro, if I gave you and me $1 million each, we would be somewhere different than we're at now. I gave you 30, and then when they look at you and they're like, yo, bro, we can't really come to a deal. Here's 30. They'd be like, that's it? You know what I mean? Like, that's the position. That shit is fucked up. You're going to make a killing.
But the issue is that if you do that, that you don't, like, so, like, that's what the argument against was for other players all the time with Tom Brady, when Tom Brady took pay cuts. It was like, hey, you ain't shit. You, Matt Ryan, you haven't made a Super Bowl.
Right.
You haven't made Pro Bowls. You haven't done shit. Tom Brady's over here making $25 million a year, going to the Super Bowl, winning chips, winning the division, winning. So now when that other quarterback who's cooking, that is a negative against him because Tom Brady's winning. But if those guys, if everybody took that same approach, then the ball would never get kicked down the road and the salaries wouldn't go up for those players, for those positions. And it sucks.
It does suck.
But like the thing is, like I get what you're saying. Like, yo, $30 million a year, I'm solid. Sign me up, daddy.
At least be happy.
Life-changing money.
At least be happy. Those dudes look like it's like the worst thing someone told them. Bro, if I lost everything at $30 million, I'd be fine. I'm like, fuck it, retire.
Yep.
But I guess they want the $100 million. Remember, $3 million is not enough. We need $100 million. Yep. We need Patrick Mahomes money. We need We need a half a bill. We need.
But that's the market. That's the market. That's the issue. The issue is that it's the market. But like Patrick Mahomes is a whole different breed on his own.
But that's what I was going to bring in Deshaun Watson, because they want Deshaun Watson money. They want $250 million for a 5, 7, 8 year deal, and they're happy. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be over the $100 million mark.
It's an issue. And it's an NFLPA and an NFL players' fault. Don't have transition tags. Don't have these franchise tags. If Dak, all right, so let's say Dak, he pays 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into franchise tag 1, that's 5 years. He gets franchise tag again, that's 6 years. So now he's handicapped and trapped in an organization for 6 years. So now he's a 4th round pick. So he was a 1st round pick. So let's say Patrick Mahomes, right? Let's say the case maybe is Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the Chiefs suck bunky dick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Mahomes is fucking balling out. They pick up his 5th year option, right? So that's 5 years. Plus, they can do 2 franchise tags on top of that. So 7 years, you could be with a shitty franchise.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just for them to keep you, not to let you go to somebody else. Then okay, so this is my question. Let's get back to the Dak thing really quickly. So they offer you the franchise tag, right? But it's different because he wasn't a 1st rounder. When you're a 4th rounder, should he have just said no and tested the market then? Because he would have got paid somewhere else.
Franchise tag them.
Oh, so when they offer you that, I thought you had an option to sign it.
So, all right. So this is how it is. They have the rights to you because they franchise tagged you. Wow. So they have to rescind the franchise tag, and then you could go be a free agent. Wow. But if they have the franchise tag on you, you could.
So that franchise tag shit is powerful then.
Exactly. Yeah, you're trapped. You're trapped.
That's powerful. That means the basically
unless the team rescinds the offer, exactly. Unless the team says I'm taking the franchise tag off, then you could go be a free agent. That's what happened with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, yo, where's my bread? No franchise tag. Yo, where's my bread? Franchise tag.
Yeah, he made a killing, bro. He's another dude that's made a lot of money because you're talking about 2 franchise tags. Homeboy probably cleared like $40 million. Then he gets that big deal with freaking Minnesota for like another $100 million.
And then he got extended. He banked up. Because remember, the franchise tag is automatically against the cap. They have to pay you that money.
Right. It's the first year.
The whole season.
This is up now.
Whatever the franchise tag is.
That's why I didn't understand it from a franchise perspective. Because if you're trying to watch your cap, why would you dedicate $40 million right out the gate. Like, well, why wouldn't you want to re-sign this guy for a big deal?
Because it's two ways to look at it. So if I'm the owner, right? So now if I pay you $5 million, if I pay you 5-year contract, $130 million a year, and that's $30 million a year against the cap for 5 years. So now the thing is that he wanted more money because the NFL revenue goes up every year. That's how it works. So every year, on average, it's been going up 10%. So the salary cap goes up with the revenue when it goes up. So that's why some of these deals, like the contract, so like Jimmy G's contract, look like a bargain at $25 million a year.
Right.
Now. But when Jimmy G got signed, it was like, shit, he only played like 5 games.
Right.
He's getting paid
to be honest,
$25 million, $25 million a year.
I wouldn't have signed that deal.
But now that contract looks like peanuts.
Right.
These guys get paid $30 million, $35 million, $36 million a year. The $25 million contract is nothing.
Right.
Cam is getting paid $1 million.
That's crazy. Is that a fact?
But incentive. Yes.
Wow. That's his base pay?
I think, yeah, and he gets incentive for reaching milestones. But if he was a white quarterback, guess what?
No, don't even try that. That's bullshit. You think so, bro?
Bro.
In the NFL?
Bro. Don't do that.
Telling me, hold on.
They were doing that with Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, but hold on.
They brought Jay Cutler out of retirement and picked up Jay Cutler instead of Colin Kaepernick.
But Colin Kaepernick made it hot on the streets. Like Cam Newton is a former MVP, bro. Former MVP. That's
what I'm
disrespectful.
saying.
That's Cam Newton. Right. I think that what I'm saying
is the principle is that if he was a white quarterback, they were bringing back guys out of the league who was in fucking the USFL. They were signing those guys for more money. You know what I'm saying? No offense, look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. Cam is better than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
100%.
And he's going to get paid $15 to $20 million this year.
Wow. See, this is the same reason. Okay, now you're going to get me excited. This is the same reason why I said if I was LeBron James, I wouldn't play any more basketball. Like these are the guys that have the right because they're the best of the best to demand, right? Like if LeBron James came out and said, hey, you know what? We should think about giving equal pay to the WNBA, there would be a discussion for it. If Cam Newton is better than any other fucking player, but yet he's making $1 million and homeboy's making 15, that's not right, man. Like this is the shit that people need to start speaking out about. And it sucks that most of the big willy black NFL players won't fucking come out. I think it's basically based on fear because they'll blacklist you. They'll just kick you right out the fucking league and nobody will touch you. Nobody. Look at Ray Rice. And I'm not condoning fucking domestic violence, but he married Shorty, right? Like couples, you're married, you know how it is. Sometimes shit gets fucking crazy. Your homegirl hits you, you hit homegirl, vice versa. She's in a bad relationship or you're in a bad relationship, whatever the fucking case might be. Those motherfuckers got married. He never played it down in the NFL again. Same thing with Cap. Cap took a fucking knee, guys. It wasn't that serious. Seriously, everybody needs to chill the fuck out, okay? Did you see the new shit that these guys had to backpedal, Joe Buck and Aikman? They had hot mics, right? And they said, I don't know why we have flyovers. I'm gonna take it a step further. I don't know why the military and the NFL are the same thing now. I don't get it.
They got called out for that.
Fuck they should be called out. I've been calling them out for a minute on it. I think it's stupid.
They got called out with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. They got called out when he was like, oh, the military. If the NFL loved the military so much, why were they making the military pay to
right? That's what I
advertisement
said.
for it?
That's what I said, and that was my first thing. I was like, who's paying who on this fucking deal? Because there's no way the NFL is paying.
And this whole shit with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, there's not an ounce of or any other shred of evidence. I'm not gonna go by one fucking saying that these guys have said about anything. If they said fuck the military one time, but they donated $50 million to the military, I'm not gonna fucking take them to the shredder for it.
I can give two fucks what Aikman and Buck do. My whole point was like, even if the top guys think that this is a waste of time, bro, at the bottom level, I'm like, this is disrespectful. First of all, don't show Pat Tillman shit anymore because Pat Tillman was brought up by the military saying that he got shot by the fucking other side for it to come back and say that he got killed by friendly fire. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the fucking NFL is stroking, oh, be a soldier, be a leader. Why? So I can get shot by my own people? Nah, bro. First of all, that's one of the things the NFL really needs to think about getting rid of. I know they'll never do it, but you cannot, like, they're just so weird. It's like, yeah, we're for social justice, but not really, right? Like I think that there's a mixing of the lines. What the fuck does this country have to do with playing football? Nothing. What the fuck does it have to do if I take a knee? First of all, I've said this 100 times. In martial art culture, it's the most highest respect when you're on your knees. The homeboy took a knee.
Yep.
Took a knee to fucking like say, hey, I'm not down with this. He didn't start no shit. He didn't create no shit. You kick him out the fucking league, bro? Come on. Yep. It was ridiculous. And I'm not saying that he didn't add to his own fire, but the NFL right now,
hindsight 2020, who looks like he was right.
Right. But the NFL that we were saying about the shield doesn't even look like it takes a fucking dent. Doesn't even take it like
nope.
That shit still looks shiny. You know what I mean? And when you're having all this stuff, like after that happened, I would have not pulled it, but I would have softened the military presence. Only because it's like now you're gonna create more shit. What if another guy wants to stand up? Like, do you remember in opening day? And I thought this was super fucked up. You got fucking the Chiefs and the fucking Tennessee Texans. I mean the Texas, the Houston Texans, the Houston Texans holding each other's arms, and you got fucking cocksuckers booing in the stands.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, this is the problem. You guys, you blurred the lines. You blurred the lines.
Right there, that's when Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, they would have made a big ass statement.
Yep. Like, yo, I'm not playing. Fuck you.
We're not playing tonight.
That's it. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm saying it wrong with the LeBron James shit, but one of these dudes that are powerful and got money, you know what they say? They pull a Muhammad Ali. I'm out. Fuck you. I'm not playing. That's it. It's over. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And we got to get back to that. You can't. That's what gets me mad. Don't tell me you're for social justice when you're not going to take a stand. That's a stand. Like Colin Kaepernick, you can say whatever you want. He took a stand. He lost his job. So fucking what? But he said, fuck this. This is bullshit. They might have fired him. Whatever the case might have been, but he's like, no, I stand by my beliefs.
He's like, I'm not taking their money anymore. I'm not going to take the money.
Right.
Not,
even though, by the way, he did take their money. They paid him out.
Well, he sued them.
Right, I know. He did sue
them. But they sued him. He sued them, though.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like they were like, right, yo, Colin Kaepernick, please go away nicely, okay?
Right.
Like, they wasn't willing. If anybody ever settles, it's because you're going to lose.
Facts. They already knew. NFL, they already knew. He probably was like, I want $5 billion, and they were like, fucking $500 million, and get him the fuck out of here.
I still blame him for that. Fuck that. Take him to town. Let all the sports shit come out. Show what they were doing to blacklist you. Show the emails. Show who the people who were showing those emails.
You know what that makes me think a little bit? His case wasn't as airtight as he thought, or his defense thought, because they were like, look, let's take the deal. It probably was. No, but I'm saying, like, when you think about the psychology, they were like, we don't want to take a chance of losing. Let's just take the money now. You know what I mean? Both parties basically said that.
But here's the thing with the law system. It's fucked up, right? NFL money is long. NFL money is long.
Yeah, bro.
You want to sue us? We're going to be in court for like 8 years.
Right. They got the money to keep it going. Right.
15 years.
Yep.
12 years.
Yep.
Hey, Judge, we need a continuous. My toe hurts. We need continuous. The Roger Goodell got a stomach ache. We need 6 months. Yep. Every 6 months. Every 6 months. Every 6 months. That's the issue. So their money's long. So hey guys, we get this little money for now. They're gonna.
Right. That's what I said.
Give us the bread.
They were like, let's take this shit now. They offering us this. Let's fucking get the fuck out of here. But I agree with you. That's fucked up. Like, who's our guy? We got no guy. We got one guy who's got kicked out of the fucking league and doesn't get a voice anymore.
Like even picking up LeBron James. Even bringing up LeBron James. The NBA are fucking pussy and all hypocrites.
Facts.
Because when Daryl Morey sent that whole tweet out with the Hong Kong shit, I didn't hear no players coming out and say, yo, we don't fuck with China. Because you know why? China gives NBA $500 billion. Mad bread. $500 million.
Bro, a lot.
And guess what? Nike sneakers all get
made in China.
I'm busy. What happened? You look beautiful, baby. You look so beautiful.
Hola.
Hi, baby.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Oh, look at that. A lot of pretty ladies and a lot of pretty hair.
Love you.
I told you not to come in here.
Bro, love you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, love you. Love you. So when the whole Hong Kong thing happened with the NBA, I didn't see any NBA players saying we're not going to play. Is it only going to be a Black Lives Matter thing?
Come on.
Or is it going to be a human rights issue thing where people in China are in a dictatorship.
Right.
And you don't care. You don't care about them. They were fighting and protesting for their rights to live. And I didn't hear LeBron James going to Instagram saying, yo, I stand with the people of China and Hong Kong and blah, 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 blah.
That's why I think the shit that he says is bullshit.
Yeah.
The shit that he says is bullshit. I'm going to help. I'm going to do more. Where? When? I want to know. Because I don't see it.
Like he does again, we got to split. Like
Sure. Let's split the hairs. Okay, so tell me, what does he do?
He does fantastic.
Like what?
He has the promise school he's done. He's opened a school back in his Akron, Ohio.
So besides giving somebody money to do something with, what has he physically done? Did he go?
No, he's done.
He went protesting?
No,
hold on.
I get.
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
I get what you get.
No, I'm asking because I didn't know because I seen a lot of NBA players protest. Did he protest?
Gotcha.
No, did he? I'm asking.
I don't think he. I don't think he went out in the street.
Right,
but
he was in the streets.
He has a big voice that carries weight. So
he has Twitter.
I can't take that away from him.
That shit is bullshit. What are you talking about, a big voice? He has social media. That doesn't, to me, like that's not enough. That's not enough.
He has weight, bro. I can't.
How does he
I don't understand what you're saying. You want to take physical act that he whatever he says goes. Like he runs the NBA,
bro.
Like whatever he says.
Yeah, like you're the guy. You're the fucking guy. Bro, so that's what I mean. Like he's so strong that he might even overshadow the NFL and the MLB. He literally tweeted that Sam Darnold had the greatest run of all time, and the fucking internet broke. Like that's how G you are. Like you're so G, dude. You have other fucking sport franchises watching you. Like people know who the fuck LeBron James is. You can go anywhere on the planet, and he's Michael Jordan.
That's why I had a problem. That's why I had an issue with the whole the Jacob Blake thing.
Tell me this one. I think we talked about it.
We spoke about
your point. Yeah, but I forgot what your point was on that one.
We talked about it before. I think everybody should be treated fairly. I think if people who do something wrong, they shouldn't be killed, even if they did something wrong.
You're not Judge Dredd, bro. You're not Sylvester Stallone. You got rights. I got fucking rights. Even if I'm a fucking criminal, I got rights.
So let's say me, right? Let's say me and you did something wrong. You are my boy, right? And you went and you killed somebody, right? And you killed them. You raped them. You've done bad things in the pursuit of you being arrested.
Right.
I can't come out and say, free Dustin shirt. We can't do that.
Right.
As a society, as people, we just can't do that.
Right. No, for sure.
Now, when Jacob Blake got shot by the police did a horrible thing with training, arresting homeboy.
Yeah, that was horrible. The same thing with the same thing with the other guy. You put your fucking,
We'll talk about the other boy too. We talk about the other boy.
No, but you know what I mean? Like they're terrible at fucking like apprehending guys that are already fucking down.
Yep. Exactly. So they killed the homeboy while he was knocked down, right?
Mm-hmm.
That in the car, whatever the case may be. They shot him in the back multiple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reports that day within the first couple of hours was he was there to break up a fight with women.
I remember reading that shit.
That was the report in the first like 6 to 8 hours. And everybody's like, oh my God, fuck
Another
the police. Fuck the police killer. And then my thing was like, I need to see police camera footage.
Agreed.
I need to see police camera footage. That was my thing. I didn't jump to no conclusions. I was like, I need to see what happened. Because like my girl laughs at me because I'm you ever seen the Dave Chappelle skit when he goes, I'm a victim blamer?
Mm-mm.
He goes, like with the Chelsea man, when Chelsea Manning killed those kids, he was like, oh, so what the hell did those kids do?
Listen.
So, I'm done like that line. So I'm like, all right, let me see. What did the people who were being arrested, what did they do wrong? And then let me see what the cops did wrong as well. And then I could give my opinion and my assessment on the situation.
It was already hot though. You know what I mean? Because all these cops are making this thing. Yeah, no, I agree. Like you're trying to say, like, think about it cognitively, like take the time.
So now he holds so much weight. LeBron James holds gigantic weight in the world, right? So when the report came out, hey, he was there because he took keys from a young woman who he had sex with who was under the age. That doesn't give the police the right to kill him.
No.
But the cops were called because that woman was scared for her life and he had her keys to her house. That all came out in the report later. There was another video shot that got released like 2 days later showing him arguing with the women because they were scared for their life. Now, LeBron should have taken all the information and then gave all that information out to everybody who follows him and who he influences. Don't go out and say Jacob Blake, cop stuck. You know, blah 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 blah. There's another black man killed. Was he killed? Was he wrongfully killed? Yes, I totally agree with that. But don't make it seem like he was an innocent bystander and the cops are just walking around. So you know what? Let's kill a black man today. That's not what happened. Give context.
Yeah, I agree.
Give things like out of 100, out of all interactions police have with people, 96% of them nothing happens.
Jesus.
Only 4% something goes wrong. So even with the homeboy that happened with the Wendy's, I don't want to. I forgot his name.
I know. I forget too. I hate that. Let me see. I don't want to we'll edit it better. Just so it sounds like we.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. What's homeboy's name?
I'll text you. Like the cops talked to him for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why are you talking to homeboy for 45 minutes?
Right.
He was drunk. He was in his car. He was released because of COVID. I get it. He had a history. And I hate when people be like, "Oh, but he was a drug dealer, or
Who
he was
cares? That shit has nothing to do with the fucking price of tea in China, bro."
Exactly. So my thing was like, give context to that too. Like, I don't know if people know this, and if people are gonna listen to this podcast and we get it out there, when you guys get a chance, go to YouTube and go to Black Activist Takes Police Training, and the Black Activist does the total opposite of what police are supposed to do.
Rashard Brooks was my good man's name.
Rashard Brooks. Yeah. Now, in that situation with him, he took the taser from the guy. He fought the guy, whatever the case may be. Even he spoke to him too long, whatever the case may be. Took the taser. He shot it at him, even if it was empty or not. When you're in heightened situations and you hear click, 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 whatever the case may be. Because these police officers have shitty ass training.
Facts.
They need better training. They need to be more funded. This whole defund the police shit, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
you think the police need to be defunded.
Ask New York how that's working out. Ask some of these cities that crime is on the right. Bro, I seen an article that said that LA is going to break a record for the amount of crime that's happening right now. Whether it's the cops being defunded or whether it's the police being like, fuck you, you guys don't find us valuable, we ain't going to fucking help you now. And we're going to stay on the sideline and we're going to take our time when you call.
There's steps you could take, like Andrew Yang. That's why I like Andrew Yang.
Is my man. That's the guy. We got to get him on the show.
All police officers have to have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Agreed, bro. You know who else said that
minimum?
Shit too? Jacko Willing. Same thing. Like, where you guys at in the martial arts? Where you guys are in the martial art game? You're literally supposed to be a weapon, right? So that way, when you go into the building, you're like a Swiss Army knife. You know, maybe you need a Q-tip to handle this situation gently, or you need a sledgehammer to crush motherfuckers. But you need to be able to have all the tools in your tool belt and not just come in fucking with sledgehammers, knocking down people's doors and shooting people in their beds, whether you have the right of way or not.
Even that thing. Sorry to cut you off. The Breonna Taylor thing. That's another thing.
Yep.
All these black athletes and celebrities and everybody.
Yep.
Justice for Breonna. Justice for Breonna. Yes, justice for Breonna. I get it. I'm with it. Nobody should go to somebody's house and fucking kill them.
Yep. Especially when I'm fucking sleep, bro. The fuck.
But her name, this is the thing. Her name was in the warrant.
Right.
Her name, she got her insurance taken away because the guy who she was staying with, who was the reason why she was being investigated, that got taken away. The insurance got taken away because he got caught with drugs in the car while he was using her stuff. Her place was a place of residence that was on a warrant. Now, I get it. They shouldn't have done that no-knock warrant shit. Because if I had a gun in my crib and I hit somebody jiggling the door,
it's over.
I would have shot too. You didn't announce yourself. You're the police.
Yeah. Isn't that like part of their fucking like program? You have to say police. Like that's like one of the fucking things that's part of their repertoire.
But in that state, there's no knock warrant.
Right. No, I get it.
Warrant.
I get you. But you could have fucking kicked down the door and yell police and then fucking merge in versus kick down the door and then just start fucking letting off, right?
Well, what happened was what happened was I don't think I've seen the body cam footage yet, but I want to go by report. Allegedly.
Right.
They jiggled the door first and then he shot out first.
Good
the boyfriend.
Shit. I like his style.
Shot out the door first, which I would have done too.
Facts.
But now you put her at risk.
Right. Well, obviously,
bullet can happen.
Let's talk about Homeboy real quick, and then we'll move on. But bottom line is this: like,
just do a better job of giving out information. That's the only thing I have.
I got you. I
give
agree.
out all the information. Tell people get arrested the right way. Don't tell the cops suck my dick. Don't fucking touch me. Don't push me. Don't do all this shit to antagonize the authority who has your life in the balance.
They're already pissed, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
With it. No, I agree. But specifically in that situation, Homegirl was already making the streets hot staying with Homeboy, because obviously Homeboy was a knucklehead like a motherfucker.
He was a no good guy for you.
It was terrible.
And I'm not, again, I'm trying to reiterate this, and I want to make sure people understand.
No, yeah, I agree with you. We're not condoning.
Justice for Brianna.
All day.
Justice
all day. All day.
But these situations you can't put yourself in. You can't put yourself around criminals, and you're gonna be guilty by association.
It's called conspiracy,
guess what,
bro.
If you get in a car with your boy or your girl, and it's your girl's car, and you borrow it, and you go driving, and they find 5 kilos of coke in the trunk, you're going to jail
with her fucking car.
Like, you gotta think of these situations that he was already had a criminal history. A lot of shit going on there. A lot of shit. A lot of baggage to unpack. But I just want these guys. That's my point was.
Yeah, make sure these guys when they're marketing their fucking like bullshit to make sure that it's right.
Yeah. Hey guys, like my people, my Hispanic people, we're the second people to get killed. It's blacks, Hispanics, which is the same shit.
Right, pretty much.
The second on the list who get killed. But we all grouped together. Same
because we live in the same fucking slums. We live in the same complexes.
Exactly.
In the same area.
But if I see like my homeboy, if you doing something wrong, I'm checking you.
Facts. I'm not trying to get shot today.
I'm checking my people. I'm checking you. Why are you doing that dumb shit? Why are you hanging out with that person? That person's not going anywhere in their life. Do something better with your life. Hey, don't do this because you get in trouble for this. I'm laying out those things. So if somebody, like one of my Hispanics got killed, and I'll be like, yo, hey, Dustin was doing dumb shit. He was running with the wrong crowd. Yeah. He was staying out to 5 in the morning every night. He was in a bad neighborhood.
He was hot.
He was a hot boy.
In the streets.
But I would lay that context out there, and I'll be like, hey, don't do the things that this guy was doing. Let's better ourselves. Let's better our community. Let's better our people. That's what a lot of other communities
should fucking be, bro. That's where I'm at. Yep. I totally agree. It's like, LeBron, you cannot say that's what I don't like it. Like, I would even fucking start releasing press conferences. Like, Cam Newton has his own YouTube channel. I'm saying, like, don't send me a text telling me what you think you're going to do. Start coming out. And, like, that's the thing. I think instead of dividing us, bro, like, we, the people, need to start taking a stand and saying, like, yo, like you said, check your man. Like, bro, stop fucking with that. We need to start, figuring out how to motivate our kids to go to school right now is a fucking nightmare, but to continue your education, to be smarter, to understand your rights, to understand all these different things, all these subtle nuances that a lot of us pass over.
Understand how to get arrested by the police.
Right.
Understand how to get arrested by the police. So guess what? They can't give you no reason. And not this whole suck my dick, don't touch me, I fucking know my rights, I'm going to punch you in your face. You can't do nothing to me, you pussy ass pig, blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah, that's hot.
Well, what are we doing?
Yeah, you're hot.
What are we doing?
Right.
Like, these cops are going to have some PTSD.
Yeah.
Like,
they probably do already from all the bullshit they have to deal with in the neighborhoods that they're in. And this is not me saying that I'm for the blue.
You see dead babies. Right. You see dead moms. You see dead dads. Grandmas. Murders. Robberies. Dealing with the bad domestic violences. Bad child abuse. A crazy person running in the street butt naked with scissors. That's all on the fucking police.
Yep.
And people don't see that.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything the police gets called for. Hey, my neighbor, she doesn't let me get in my mailbox. And the cops get called for bullshit like that. My cat's in a tree. Bullshit like that. Like, it's just a whole bunch of nonsense that the cops got to deal with. They got to take their time out where they're not going through the community and protecting the community. I think our community leaders and the police have to do a better job of working together.
I know, and I hate this community leader shit, because who the fuck is our community leaders? That's what I'm trying to say. Yep. That's where I'm at. Where are you motherfuckers at? Because to be honest with you, if you think, and this is going to be a bold take, if you think by voting for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden is going to save this country, you're really confused. Okay?
You're
so
insane.
Confused because
if you're
Kamala Harris
if you're not voting,
is not a community leader. Okay? Homegirl is paid.
People in jail.
I looked up her net worth. Shorty is rocking bread. And I love how this people, everybody likes to say, oh, Trump's my guy. No, he's not. oh, Biden's my guy. No, they live in mansions, bro.
None of these motherfuckers are guys.
Not Nancy Pelosi. No,
let's back that track. No, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm Dustin. I don't want to do that. What I mean by that is, if you get somebody who was in the dirt and made it to where Donald Trump is, or made it to where Biden is.
Oh yeah,
in a sense of
right
through the dirt,
homegrown,
like through the dirt.
That's why everybody kind of likes Barry.
Homegrown,
right? Obama was like considered that ish.
Yeah,
right. He didn't have.
That's why I like Tulsi Gabbard. I like Andrew Yang.
Right.
Progressive ideas. He's a millionaire, but I'm pretty sure if he could, he would have wanted to be a billionaire. But as long as he holds his core values,
right,
and he shows that, then I'm fine with it. I don't want to.
I'm all day for Yang.
My issue is that what people are doing is demonizing wealth.
Right. Yes.
And I don't want people to do that.
The first person who's
because I want to be
Barry Sanders, not Barry Sanders. Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Is it Barry?
And I want to be. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie. Thank you. Because I'm like Barry Sanders plays.
But what I'm saying is that because I know where I come from, and I know like the programs I want to implement if I ever was a billionaire. So I know, I don't think like money's gonna change me in that sense because I'm homegrown. We broke. We was eating Chinese food.
But I think
$5 sandwiches.
Facts. Listen, and chips and a quart of waters. Exactly. But I think that those are the guys that really are the ones that create value. Because to be honest with you, bro, if I got a meal and I was comfortable, whatever else I got, I would want to help people. Whether it's help you start your podcast or help you network with people or help kids in the hood. Like, yo, you can dream it as big as you want. You can make it. Or relocations. I don't feel like, I'm not trying to throw shades on celebs, but I feel like they talk so much shit and they don't hold their own selves accountable and they kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit. Like, when I see fucking Matthew McConaughey and his wife like pose for a photo op while they're dropping off masks, I'm like, no one gives a fuck and get the fuck off my motherfucking feed because I love you to death, dude, but you're glory hounding it right now, right? And some of this other stuff.
Yes and no. Yes and no. You
listen. Elon Musk got fucking like, I don't know how many ventilators. He didn't take one photo. Okay? Drop them shits off, roll the fuck out. You know what I mean?
That's him. But what I'm saying, it all depends on like, I don't know his McConaughey's history I get it,
but what I'm saying is what it looks like, what it's looking like from afar, bro. I get it. Like we gotta do the closer things.
It could be like, true, but like you could be the same thing. You'd be like, yo, I look up to him and he inspires me for whatever the case may be. You know what? Today I'm gonna go out and help 2 people.
I get that, but what I'm saying is like maybe Matthew was the wrong way because I know a lot of people like Matt, but it's like J-Lo and A-Rod.
But anybody, I know what you mean.
But J-Lo and A-Rod,
I know what you mean.
They're millionaires, right? And then they'll donate 50,000. I'm like 50,000. What the fuck you gonna do with 50,000?
Yeah,
50,000, 50,000, bro. You sitting out stacks and you're giving somebody 50,000? Come on, bro. Like, and to me, if I'm understanding this right, the moment you give to charity, it's taxable right off, which basically means that million
goes back.
Yeah, it goes. Nothing goes back, but it goes. It goes off of right. Right, you pay less taxes now because you've already gave, like your one taxes bill, you paid it in full, beyond full. So probably you're not going to pay any taxes on your money for that year. So it's like, dude, 50,000 really? Like, I just feel like you guys, that's the thing. There's too much celebrity worship, even when it comes to athletes. And when they're on the center stage, I feel like they should say more. I think that LeBron, at the end of the day, and I'm going to say this, and we'll start to get the show down because we got to do some work. But at the end of the day, I would say this: I think LeBron wanted to do something profound. The problem is with LeBron, there's too many motherfucking Indians on his reservation, not Chiefs, Indians. And so the Indians are like, "Yo, you probably shouldn't say that. Yo, don't get out of your way. Yo, you're gonna make it look bad." Because that's the thing now. For you to take a stand, like look at how crazy Kanye West looks. Right? Like he went from all-star greatest rock and roll icon, in my opinion, to now some Fruit Loop motherfucker that nobody wants to listen to only because he's saying shit that people may be thinking about or thought about or made a decision to say it. So like basically these people don't want to hurt their brand. So LeBron James's brand is bigger than the issues, and he does not want to diminish his brand for the issues, and that's bullshit, in my opinion. I mean, I rest my case, Your Honor, but I think that you can't, especially when, and you told me, you corrected me on this, but especially when your building has signs everywhere like freedom, respect, love, don't kill, fuck the police, Brianna, Blake, nah, papa. You got to do way more than the shit you doing. Thank God you corrected me. He didn't put no name. That's perfect. His brand is bigger than the issues, and that's the problem. And a lot of these guys' brands are bigger than the issues. They're not going to come down. They're not going to give it up. But I felt like if anybody was more bulletproof than anybody, it would be LeBron James. Because LeBron James could probably...
Like I said, when they did that whole thing, when the shooting happened, all 30 teams be out. Be going to Milwaukee.
Bro, when they did it for a day, I was like, all right, they're finally getting it. Like, I think the MLB did his shit too. Like, they stopped playing. But I'm like, nah, that's not enough, dude. One day, that's like a holiday to motherfuckers. Well, okay, we took off Columbus Day, and now nobody knows what fucking day Columbus Day is going to land on.
Because they could have leveraged that against the owners.
Yes.
The thing is that the owners, because in the collective bargaining agreement, the owners could not pay you if the season doesn't get played out.
That's why they wanted to play. Or a part of.
It's all about the money.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like, they got fucked because some of the dudes that we were talking about earlier who are not money managing properly or not getting paid that much.
Fam. 10 mil? I thought it was 10 mil this year, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I would have said the same shit probably too.
But that's the hard part when you're trying to galvanize people and bring people together.
Yeah.
And it's going to just a lot of because you have to, at the end of the day, most people are going to think about themselves.
Listen, we're gonna
don't manage this shit right.
We're gonna dip out on this. Did you hear that Ye's going on Rogan? I can't wait to hear this shit.
That's gonna be fun.
Right. I just want to, because he might be the only guy that has the balls to say shit. Him and Chappelle, maybe. Right?
Yeah. I think you should challenge anybody you ever talk to. I think that you do it respectfully and be like, yo, Kanye, you know you're bugging, right? That sounds a little weird to me.
I can't wait for Rogan. I can't wait for Rogan to like kind of take a couple swings at
I hope he does that though.
Right.
I hope he does that.
He doesn't do that all the time. Yeah,
sometimes he's like
stroker. He's a stroker.
Sometimes he'll be like, this motherfucker's too crazy. So like, no matter what's gonna happen in the situation, it's gonna be a little weird.
But it might be strange though, because if it goes well, right, which means they're gonna be smoking weed, right? They're probably gonna have some drinks. Yep. So he might catch.
But he's in Jesus and all that now. So who knows?
Shit! Damn, there goes that idea.
Remember, Kanye.
I forgot he's a
Jesus, God.
Oh my God.
That's a whole nother topic we can get into.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This is going to be the beginning of something beautiful with my man, Hollow Clutch. Thanks so much for coming on, bro. We're going to get some stuff ready. I got to set up my new studio and start editing some stuff. Enjoy your gaming tonight, bro.
I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
Yes, sir. Everybody, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for us.
For sure.
We're going to be doing this.
Yeah, we're going to get
big things coming.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Stay safe and be careful and don't get too crazy with the police.